a year, and I thought I understood the sort of emotional climate of the city that I was living in. I thought it was a city that was in mourning. But what I didn't realize was that it was a city that still had a lot of fear. And then I experienced the blackout that happened in the summer of 2003. And, the electricity went off and the lights went off, and I was at work. I was working in a publishing house, and I thought, well, what don't I need electricity for? I'll read some of these manuscripts. And then I realized that no one around me was still working, that everyone had stopped, and that everyone was filled with a real, visceral kind of terror. And we thought it was just the beginning of something else. So this is called Santeria for the City, Blackout, Summer 2003. This is what you must do first. Peel the dragon fruit skin from its flesh. Separate pink from pink. This last day is ritual you've learned, how to say goodbye more completely, how to banish what is loved. The refrigerator must be emptied, and every pancetta, risotto, persimmon that you bought in Little Italy, Chinatown, Union Square, once wrapped in sodden paper and pressed into your hand, must be devoured, finished. The core rind laid on the sill for pigeons and rats, the headless that arrive and depart the city's limits each day, shadows on the wall of a tunnel filled with hurtling and plundered light. As the body is a home, as the city is a body, as circuitry runs the length of my arms, these streets, we are a flash in a fuse box, a blown kiss into blackness, the perfect thrill of your last departure orbiting its small plane inside you. So when I left New York, I moved back west, and I've been in Montana off and on for a number of years now. And this poem sort of bridges the gap of making that transition from Manhattan to Montana. This is called To the Bear Who Ate a 10-pound bag of sunflower seeds in my front yard this morning. When I lived in New York, and of course you can't know this or even understand what I mean by New York, its lonesome, singular glow on the horizon as I came by bus across the New Jersey marsh, the lights just as humbling as those I saw last week when driving the back roads after midnight. I passed an incandescent cow milking parlor, beasts rustling in their stalls, an island like a hollowed-out flame. Then everything was hard to come by. The bodies on the street contracted against the cold, or the smell of stained pavement, and most of all, always each other. The year I moved to the city, there were 4 blizzards. My lover rode the train in on weekends, and we left the apartment only for sweaty, thin slices they sold on the corner or the occasional bottle of wine. We were always hungry, and it seemed ineffable to us what it was we wanted, and then, of course, whether or not we could have it. I see that in you now, the way you hoard your pile of stolen seeds, your resistance, that glum desire. When we took things, like the man I once saw run out the door of the Associated Grocery on 103rd, canned goods dropping from his pockets and into the snowbanks, the heavy tuna and soup making neat little shafts where the light shone only dimly on their tops. They felt earned.